us creating the GFM was to have a multi-academy trust that enables schools in the local area to work together. Hence, the purpose of the GFM is to provide a formal mechanism through which schools local to each other can collaborate in their endeavours for all schools to be continually improving. This is the theory of school-led self-improving system actually working in practice. So here at the GFM, we have leaders, teachers and other professionals within our schools collectively endeavouring to do their best for all children and their families in all of our schools.
I think it's really important that we've got the support of the colleagues in the other phases, so the secondary phase and the primary phase, to share good practice to ensure that our skill set is as best as it can be to support the students to make sure they've got the best education that they can.
Absolutely. I think it's really useful being part of sort of multi-academy trust as well, because here at Gateway particularly we're a very small site and so we don't have a lot of resources of our own. To be able to pull on the resources of the bigger schools and the GFM as a whole is fantastic for us.
And just being part of the family and the bigger picture is important as well with the students.
Absolutely.
When I think about the work that we've been looking at into the quality of teaching in each of the schools to identify where there are real tangible gaps, and then how we develop the PL across the secondary phase to really address those gaps in the quality of teaching, and then we draw on the work that's happening around that and the work at Gamer Juniors. And really moving into next year then, the Institute of Education offer is going to directly impact on the quality of teaching in both schools as a result of the paired work.
Yeah, it's been really helpful kind of working together on these things and picking up on some strategies that have been effective at Broome Park that we can learn from, and then adapting it to each one of our needs has been really helpful.
I think the GFM has improved our school because the students can collaborate better for educational purposes.
Yeah, I feel like the schools have almost become connected in the past few years, and a lot of ideas have been thrown about between the schools.
There's better teacher and student relationships.
Across all schools there's better mental health and mental well-being.
And of course one of the big developmental areas for us is they sort of breaking down the barriers to encourage the Year 11 students at Broome Park to access the GFM sixth form on the Bay House site, which traditionally hasn't been a pathway for them as such. So all the good work, and we've seen an increase in numbers of students wanting to access level 3 A-level provision, and to build on that is a really fundamental principle of our work.
Yeah, that collective idea of sort of raising achievement for all, and it doesn't matter which school in the GFM you attend, actually that there's the same sort of provision available for all and the same aspirations for all.
Yeah, it's really important.
I think us coming together as a four and really thinking about what's the curriculum, what's the experience we want every youngster in a secondary provision to have in the GFM, and articulating that as our intent, and then all the work we're doing together to try to put that in place.
Gamer Junior were the first primary phase school in Gosport to become an academy. They were delighted to join the GFM, and part of our growth saw Rowner join us in 2018.
Since joining the GFM, we have been so pleased with the positive impact had across the school.
We are, as school leaders, very proud to be part of the GFM, and we are delighted that our primary learners are proud to be part of the GFM also.
I love my school because it's a great organisation.
Our library has lots of books and is a lovely safe place to go.
I'm proud of our schools in Gosport because they've won the most awards.
We have a STEM centre. It is great and it makes learning fun.
I really like doing activities in the GFM.
Like when we went to Broome Park to do the dancing as year 4 and 5s, and some people got to perform it to parents and grandparents and carers.
And I went to the STEM room and I really enjoyed it, and I loved just going around and looking at all the stuff, and it was just a cool experience to go.
We learn lots and work hard to get great jobs when we leave the GFM. We have lots of resources. I love the outdoor gym.
There's lots of opportunities in the GFM, such as off-site visits and residentials.
I love the maths garden because we're going to be changing it a little bit around, and we're going to be making our own club and starting all our other clubs there, and it's just a nice relaxed place and you can chill out, sit on the steps in there and just have fun really.
Forest School is a really calm, enjoyable place where we can go to learn about nature, habitats, lots of things. We usually play games sometimes, and I think Forest School is just a really fun place and I enjoy it very much.
The board is a group of people whose remit is to set strategic direction across all of the GFM for all of the schools. The board consists really of three groups in a sense. There are the members, the trustees and the executive. The executive group is that of all the head teachers of the schools. And although I say there are three groups within the GFM board, we actually all operate together at board meetings very much as an entity. And as chair, one thing that has particularly pleased me during my tenure is that I don't recall ever having to take a vote on any particular strategic or indeed tactical objective, and that shows how cohesive we are, how well we work together in supporting the Chief Executive to ensure that we do the best for the local community and for local students in Gosport and the surrounding area.
The values of working together for the sake of the people of our town is what we're all about.